this look. It is a mermaid inspired look, but it would also work really well if you were going as a fairy or something like that, just something kind of enchanted. I am a big fan of how this tutorial turned out. I hope that you guys like it as well. I just like it a lot, so I'm gonna get started. All of the product names and brands will be written in the description box below, but I'm starting off with a cream shadow that is an aquamarine kind of turquoise color, and I'm putting this all over my lid but focusing on the outer part. And next I'm gonna go in with an iridescent pink color and take this over where I have the green shadow, but focusing on the inner half this time. I blended those two together in the center with my finger and then went in with a powder lavender shadow and a brush, and I took this just kind of over where I have the two cream shadows, starting to work on the crease definition a little bit. And then I'm taking a super shimmery pink color. This is what makes the look. You want to get a really good shimmer, and I'm literally taking this all over everywhere. I want it to be a super shimmery look, and yeah, I think that's what makes it kind of magic looking. So next I'm taking an espresso color with a little bit of purple in it, and I'm starting to cut the crease out by blending it in with a super fluffy blending brush. And you want to make your crease pretty defined but not crazy defined. You want to see the colors, you want to see the purple under it and everything like that. So next I'm going with another light pink shimmery color, and I'm taking this underneath my brow for a very shimmery highlight. Going back in with that same lavender color, I'm taking this right underneath my brow highlight because I didn't really like how much I had wiped out the color with that darker crease. So I wanted to add some more purple color back in there. And next I'm taking a white eyeliner, and this is a pencil. You could use really whatever kind of liner you wanted, I suppose, but make sure that it is white. And I'm lining my waterline. I'm taking a light blue pencil right over where I put the white just because I wanted to soften up a little bit and make it look a little bit more nautical and blue and kind of go with the color theme of the shadows. Just a side note, I really like these pencils. They are the Rimmel Scandaleyes, and again, everything will be in the down bar, but these are super creamy and easy to work with. So next I'm doing my liquid liner. This is another big part of the look, like the shimmer. You want to make sure you have a really good liquid liner and you can do it really well. Now I would recommend getting something that does not have a felt tip. It's going to be a little bit harder to work with, especially if you have big chunks of glitter or shimmer in your shadow. The felt tip is likely to drag on it more than a brush tip would be. So just draw a winged line, and you can wing it out as little or as much as you want. I decided to go for a fairly dramatic but not super crazy winged line. I liked the way it turned out, but like I said, you could take it as dramatic or as subdued as you'd like to. So next I'm taking a smudge stick from Stila, and these are just kind of really creamy, almost Kohl-like consistency pencils, and I'm just working this into my bottom lash line a little bit to kind of work my eyes so that they look more dramatic. I don't know if that makes any sense. Work my eyes. I wanted my eyes a little bit more defined is what I'm trying to say. When you have the super light colors on your waterline, it can make the bottom half of my eyes anyway just look like they're blending into my skin a little bit. I don't know if that's making sense at all, but I wanted to add some more definition around them is basically what I'm trying to say. And I also put them in between my lashes on the top lash line just to make it not look weird with the line of liquid liner on top. So next I'm applying some false lashes. This step is totally optional. I wanted to add some more drama to the look, so that is what I decided to do. Now, I didn't keep in the footage of me actually applying the lashes because I am very bad at applying false lashes, and that's just not something anybody wanted to see. I had to jump up and run to my mirror. But anyway, what I like to do that actually does work pretty well is apply the glue to the lashes, let it dry for at least a couple seconds to let it get tacky. I usually do it for around 45 seconds and then apply it, and you can see everything's just going downhill from there. But I got it eventually. And next I'm applying some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, which I've mentioned before I don't really like, but it was just fine for blending my real lashes into my fake lashes, and I just wanted to make my lashes look super defined. So if you're not using false lashes, I would say just go with a mascara that you really like for volume and for length and for definition and just awesome lashes in general. So I'm going in with a kind of seafoam green color after that, and I'm using a brush to work this in kind of just around my eyes underneath that brow highlight. Again, I just want everything to look very mermaidish and very blended. And so after that, I'm taking my bottom lash mascara and just defining my bottom lashes a little bit with that. And then I'm going to take this blue liquid liner. This stuff is so cool. It is liquid liner, but it has glitter all over it, and I just thought it was wonderful. So I'm taking this actually on top of my lashes to make my lashes stand out as very glittery. So I liked to just sort of blink into it. I found that worked really well. Next up, I'm taking a creamy pink color. This is a shadow stick, and I just love this color. It's strawberry milk, and again, I keep naming certain products. But anyway, I'm just putting this on the kind of the inner C of my eye, kind of going onto the bridge of, not the bridge of my nose, the side of my nose a little bit. I just wanted to have a little bit more glow. So next I'm taking a super shimmery white cream color, and I'm working this over the pink and then underneath my eyes too, which might seem kind of strange, but for this look, I think it really works. I blended it with my finger after that shot. And next, I just decided to go in and fill in any sparse spots in my brows. If you don't have any sparse spots, don't even bother with brows, just keep them faint and let the eyes be the focus. But I did want to fill in my brows a little bit, so I used a pretty light color for that. And next, this is the important part. For getting the glitter around your eyes, you want to use an eyeshadow primer. So what I found worked really well was taking a little dab of eyeshadow primer between my fingers, rubbing it between my fingers until it was a pretty sheer layer, and then dipping my fingers super fast into some glitter. Now I put the glitter on a paper or a plastic plate so that it was easy for me to grab, and I just found that was the best technique. And you'll be able to see I got better at it as time went on for how fast I could get the glitter from the plate onto my fingers, onto my face. And I didn't use a cosmetic glitter. I used some glitter from Michael's craft store, which isn't the best for you, but I figure, you know, it's one night, you're gonna be okay. So I love this glitter. It is the Martha Stewart glitter, and I think it looks really pretty, and it went with the colors of the eyeshadow really well. I decided to go with a really light contour job for this look, but I did want to use a bronzer with a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm just taking that kind of as if I was contouring underneath my cheekbones and on the sides of my nose, but nothing too dramatic, just kind of all over everywhere. And then I was going to take a light coral blush, and I actually think that a light pink with no coral tones to it might go a little bit better, but I like how this turned out anyway. And yeah, I'm just putting this on the apples of my cheeks right underneath the glitter, and you don't want to mix it with the glitter because that would be weird. So for lips, I took a light pink color, and this is a very Barbie tone pink, and I like how it went with the look a lot, and you'll see that it looks a lot better when I have my hair down too in just a second. But I just put this on my lips and blended it in, and I didn't use too much, but I just like the way the color turned out. It's a cooler toned pink, so it went really well with the purple and blue looks in the shadow.